Look at you. Look at you. Look at you transforming back into one person instead of
I
being
I I split into Julius and Shane.
osmosis.
Reverse osmosis.
Reverse. Well, this is the reverse osmosis.
This is the
Yeah.
reversing of the osmosis that I did.
We
I th-
we
I think it would be impossible for me to become those two people.
look. Anything's possible. In the words of only.
KG.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've only heard Jayson Tatum say it. I think that's his quote.
No, his quote is, "I'm not going to do it again," but we did it.
No, yeah. In the words of KG, I think anything is possible, Devin, and maybe a little reverse osmosing.
Well,
Reverse
in the
osmosing.
words of Jayson Tatum, um,
Yeah.
they asked what would happen if we didn't win a championship.
Oh,
I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. That's another
Straight from the
banger.
words of, straight from the mind of old J Tay.
Yeah, but I don't. I
Right
don't know.
now, I'm going to be honest. I'm missing Tatum.
Shane said that the the Celtics should be just as good next year with Tatum sitting out. Something along the lines. Something along the lines
Cool.
of like they should be all right. Um, and
Cool.
and I don't really want to make this a whole Celtics segment because I really wanted to wait to really see what they could really do to keep their heads above water next season. But just saying like, well, they're gonna do just as fine with just Jaylen Brown. Like,
False.
hopefully, isn't the route they go with unless their plan is to just coast next year and not really worry about
Well, I
getting.
mean, the timeline on an Achilles injury isn't as bad as like an ACL, depending.
I don't know. You might need to flip that.
I don't know.
Achilles,
Well, I mean, A-Rod
Achilles.
came back quick.
A Rod came back.
It's like a 6 month.
A
It's like
Rod
six to
came
eight
back
months.
record timingly quick.
Sure.
But I'm saying though, you tear that Achilles, you're not playing. I don't think Tatum's playing next year. Kyrie Irving's playing next year.
Kyrie's playing next year. I mean, Kyrie tore his knee.
But I'm
What,
saying Achilles,
mid-season?
an ACL for the. I'd say the Achilles is probably 5 or 10 years still behind on the ACL or like MCL. Just the way
Really?
like I remember when ACLs like okay
ACLs would ruin a career
when AP tore his ACL and then came back and ran for 2K, Achilles tears were still ending careers.
for sure.
So, but like then you got people like okay like A Rod, all right, or like Tiger. It's like okay, it's like certain people like that. I mean,
Sure.
yeah, maybe as medicine progresses, yeah, it should be better. But I mean, I don't know. It
But
seems from what they've said, Tatum ain't playing next year.
and then yeah, either way, like again, I mean, the Celtics didn't have the best regular season, but even if they do have a good or an equal regular season, they're not doing dick in the playoffs.
No, they didn't do shit in the playoffs once he went down.
I know. Well, granted, like it's tougher to like they're not used to playing without Tatum. They might get
Okay.
used to it, but even if they do, there's not a chance in hell. It's Jaylen Brown and fucking Peyton Pritchard running the shit.
No, no, shit. You might let Cleveland get past you in the second round. You might let Cleveland get past the second round if you have a team like that in the
Yeah,
playoffs. I just no. I don't know if Tatum's playing next year. I don't know if Dame's playing next year. But I mean, I don't know. I think Achilles tear, and also it's like, yeah, Aaron Rodgers came back quick, but like,
was he actually ready?
but he came back what in a year? It took a year. Like he took a year off.
Well, no. What he was supposedly ready for playoff time. We don't know that.
Okay,
He could have been,
we'll never know.
of course.
We'll never know
He could have been.
if he could have. And honestly, I looking back on it, I don't know if he I don't know. I don't know how that Achilles would have held up if he was like, yeah, yeah, I tore this thing what 8 7 8 months ago
Yeah, I
or
tore it in
what
August.
less than that 6 months ago.
Yeah,
Tore it 6 months ago. I'm good. I'm gonna play.
Less than that. He was going to play in December.
Well, yeah. Well, it was September 1st,
Okay, yeah.
or no, September
It was
11th,
September
right?
11th, yeah.
Because it was okay. It was on 9/11, and he tore it. Okay, yeah, he tore it 9/11, and then would have played in the playoffs. So January.
January.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Sick.
Bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. Tatum's not playing basketball for a year, and you're telling me that Aaron
You telling
Rodgers
me
was going to
Tatum wouldn't
step
be
back
ready
and
by the
throw
playoffs
footballs?
next year? You telling me a year?
I don't know.
I think we'll see a midseason Tatum.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be it's
And
gonna
it's
be.
crazy that I'm calling on Tatum to save the fucking NBA.
Well, it's not saving the NBA, but that, I mean, the Celtics being healthy for that, in that matchup versus the Knicks, I think we might have been looking at a different finals matchup. I don't know. I mean, they were 2 20-point leads away from really probably not even having Tatum tear that Achilles.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if he's not
I feel
playing
like the
unnecessary.
Achilles though is like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, I guess, but it's like you don't play that. It's like it's also a ticking time bomb, but it's like I feel like it's some shit that you can like slightly, tear, and then like maybe a game or two later, it's like, oh, like, okay,
Sure.
calf strain for KD,
Cat
and then a
strain.
couple weeks later, boom, his Achilles fucking rolls up. I'm saying maybe just those unnecessary minutes, game one, game two, after blowing the 20-point leads, doesn't lead to more
Doesn't
wear and
help.
tear.
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't. I'm not a fucking doctor. Um,
Not yet.
we're 100 days out. We're actually less than. We're 99 days when this episode drops. 99 days away from the kickoff. NFL kickoff. So that's almost 3 months. That's almost when you look at it, it's actually still a while. When you say
No,
99
it's
days,
it's a long time, but I mean it's gonna go by so quick. There's gonna be so much happening this summer.
like what?
Hopefully, huh?
Like what?
Actually, never mind.
So
Everyone's already moved.
What's happening this summer? What are we? I mean, maybe, yeah, NBA off season. Is that what we're? I don't know. I don't know what's
I'm
happening.
praying something happens in the NFL.
A whole bunch of more,
Well, we're gonna see where
rumors.
Aaron goes. People are saying July 4th he's gonna make an announcement, or he'll retire.
That's so stupid. Why is he? He's not retiring. If Aaron Rodgers, there's no way Aaron Rodgers is retiring. I will. I'll put anything on that. That's the biggest bet I could throw out there possible. Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers absolutely is not retiring after all of this bullshit. Like, he could have just. Why not just retire?
he could have retired 3 years ago.
I mean, I don't think I don't. Yeah, no, I don't. There's no way he's retiring. And we know where he's going. He just doesn't feel like practicing yet.
Yeah,
I really
honestly,
think that's what it is. It's like, bro, like, which is kind of crazy considering like how bad you want to make it seem like you still want to play. Like, he does make it seem like it's like, no, like, I want to go out there, play multiple. I still got multiple years in me. Like, I want to be on a contending team. And is saying no to certain teams. Like, he said a couple days ago, like, yeah, I'm absolutely not living in Louisiana. It's like not playing for the Saints. So I mean, there's teams where he's like, yeah, hard no.
well, I
Um,
mean, yeah, not playing for the Saints, it's fair. Saints suck, so
it's fair, but I mean, you get to play inside half the year. You get, I mean, it's just you get to play in an easy division that you'd probably win if you're Aaron Rodgers. I
that's
mean,
true.
it's honestly not the worst thing in the world because I mean,
No,
going
and
to
now
the
you have to
Steelers,
go play in. Oh, I
like,
didn't even think about that. You guys get to play A-Rod twice a year. If
yeah, and here's the thing, like, it, we're gonna, it's gonna be a problem. Like,
no,
we're
yeah,
gonna give Aaron Rodgers pressure, and so are the fucking Bengals twice a year, and and maybe not just defensively, but I mean, just Aaron Rodgers having to what keep up with 5 touchdown
having to
Joe Burrow.
score 40
There's
points, yeah.
no way. The only person that's doing that is fucking Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, like, no,
It
or
is
Josh
weird that
Allen,
yeah
like
he wants to come to
the
one of the harder
hardest.
divisions in football ever. He went from the NFC North, which for a long time was cake,
Yeah,
to the AFC East once Brady left his cake
and he well,
and couldn't do
yeah,
shit. Well, the Bills. I forgot about the Bills, but yeah, I mean, wants to come play in the AFC North and in the cold and just get his shit rocked at 42 years old for fun, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like
And I
it. I
mean,
don't love it.
I think the question that we forget to ask is like, and granted, the Steelers, their best option right now is A-Rod, but we don't know what level of football Aaron's going to be playing. We haven't seen him play good football in a long time. A long time meaning 3 years.
I mean, well, no. What's this 3 year shit?
2 years ago, tore shit. Or was that last year?
Okay,
No, two
okay.
seasons
I
ago.
mean, well, okay.
Tore
Okay.
shit,
So,
didn't play. Played like shit last year.
okay.
And then,
See,
I mean, his last year in Green Bay wasn't great.
yeah, the whole. But I don't know. I think even glimpses of vintage Aaron Rodgers on that shitty Jets team last year. It's like, oh, you put him on a good team, he's probably still going to produce.
Agreed.
I think he's going to produce more than a Sam Darnold Seahawks team
You never know.
or a Tyler. What's his name? Tyler Schlaw. What's his
Slow.
Schlaw? Tyler
Slow.
Schlaw Saints
Show.
team. I think it'd be better than that.
Yes.
Especially so I guess the Steelers, their running back situation, they're just not. They're not worried about that at all. They just lost Najee Harris, and they were like, we're fine. Like we don't.
They got, what's his nuts? Jalen Warren?
What, Jalen Warren?
Yeah.
That and they're okay with that.
RB1, bro.
They're good with that.
RB1, bro. They just lost their second best receiver.
He's not even listed as their first string running back.
Who's their first string running back?
Caleb Johnson.
Cool.
They got a rookie listed over him right now. There's no way. And they got Kenneth Gainwell, but then Jalen Warren. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
They really.
They're going to be relying on the defense. No run game. No George Pickens. Old Aaron. It's just Aaron and DK out there. And then it's going to be Aaron complaining about the team. And then Mike Tomlin telling him to go fuck himself. It's really going to suck. I mean, I don't, even with Aaron, I don't expect anything out of the Steelers next year.
This is a make or break for Jalen Warren.
Sure.
I guess. Because, I mean, I'm assuming he's going to have to be their starting running back. He's been Najee's backup for the last 3 years. 300 yards, 700 yards, 500 yards. So, I mean, it's like we've seen what you've done behind, a premier running back coming in and filling whatever void you need to when he's out. Now we're going to see what you need to do. Now we're going to see what he looks like as running back one. See, okay, all right. I'll tell you about what I said. Maybe it's not a dire situation when they need to get a running back right now. But is this the same? Is it a good idea to bring in Aaron Rodgers the same year you're like testing to see if this running back 2 is capable of starting as a running back? I don't know.
Well,
I don't think so.
I mean, this is the only year they have to bring in Aaron. But they didn't go out and try to find a running back.
Is Aaron Rodgers like, do you think he wants to go into a huddle worrying about a running back trying to also prove himself? Like prove something. Like Aaron Rodgers is like what?
No.
Maybe like 41. And he's got like a lot of shit that he wants to like prove that he can still do. It's like I don't know. I don't know. It's just like Najee Harris on this Steelers team with Aaron Rodgers going over would have been even more beautiful.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing.
They could have drafted Scatterbo.
They could have drafted Scatterbo. I wouldn't have been mad at that. And Scatterbo's drop really makes me wonder. It's like, okay, did he get gassed or
is he not like that?
I mean, it made me wonder for a second.
Well, I mean, it's weird that the 2 best running backs in college football, one goes 6th overall, one goes what?
3rd round?
5th round?
Was he 5th round? I thought he was like 3rd or 4th. He was
4th or 5th, maybe.
Either way, it was late.
It was a late round.
Yeah, no, it was pretty surprising, but I don't know. 5'8", 216. That's what Jalen Warren's listed at. That's wild.
He's short as fuck.
But 5'8", 215, starting running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, cool. I guess.
Low bus.
Sure. I guess. But yeah, 100 days out, and I'm gonna say this: we
Is
give
Jalen
play.
Warren the Samoan?
I think so.
Sick.
Um, we give players shit. We'll call them out if they do some stupid ass shit. But I'm gonna say Antonio Brown had to do what he had to do.
What do you mean?
Antonio Brown did what he had to do. They were his
Is
reports at first. It came out, oh, Antonio Brown let off gunshots. You know, at a I can't remember if it was either after I believe boxing event. In custody, all this shit, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, Antonio Brown, no charges, released. It's like, well, yeah, because he was getting jumped.
really?
He was getting jumped.
Why have I not heard about it? When did this happen?
Week ago.
What the fuck?
About a week ago. He was getting jumped, and there's like a video of like multiple people jumping him, and he runs over, and I will say recklessly lets one go, but
At somebody?
yeah, but you
Nice.
know it was in Florida, and you're getting jumped. I think I just don't know compared to all the shit that I mean, I guess people like athletes have done or shit they have gotten into. It's like, well, I mean, this is at least an example of bro protecting himself.
This is
Like,
self-defense, yeah.
like I'm saying, like if there was a situation where instead of Antonio Brown, that was Ja Morant, like the conversation could not be like, oh, here we go again with Ja Morant. It's like no, it's like if Ja Morant got
It would be.
jumped, but I'm saying it couldn't. You can't. It's like
No, it would be.
but this is exactly why, even though Antonio Brown is as crazy as he is, even he's not getting treated like, oh, Antonio Brown's letting him loose in Miami.
Yeah.
He's
No,
crazy. It's like
I feel like I would have seen a ton of AB
memes and jokes.
gun memes, yeah.
It's again, it was pretty like, all right, and who knows? Maybe in the future there's charges. They press charges for letting some off, but I don't know. For all I've seen, he got jumped. He got released by the cops after I guess hearing his side of the story. And
I'd love to see that video. It sounds awesome.
yeah, no, he's getting jumped, and then like the camera's going back and forth, and it looks like he just like leans, cuts around, and then like bad thing is I believe he is like he starts chasing them.
Yeah,
Lets
that's
one
what I
go.
figured happened.
But it's like five of y'all jump me, and then y'all start running when I got a gun. It's like, well, I would too.
Wah. You're a good shot at it, bud.
I would run too, because what if you take two more steps and then you turn around with your own gun and try to shoot me? I don't know.
Sure.
And I believe it was also Florida, so it might be a little more
Do whatever you
lenient.
want, apparently.
Maybe a little more lenient. But
That
yeah,
is
no.
crazy. Good for AB, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, it's not just the craziest, good for it, but I think it's just an example of like, even the craziest motherfuckers that do the dumbest shit might have an example of like having some reasoning behind some wild shit they did once.
Yeah.
For once,
For once.
It's like all the shit he does, it's like you would have
Firing
thought.
a gun at somebody isn't the worst thing. Now throwing rocks at a moving truck, not good.
Well, you know what though? If the movers were beating him up, and then they got in the truck and he started throwing rocks at him, it wouldn't have been a problem.
True.
So that's
not
the
what
thing,
happened.
though. If the report was just like Antonio Brown shoots some shit up, it's like, all right, yeah. Antonio Brown's really like, why does he have guns anywhere near him? Like, we need to do something about
Yeah,
that.
agreed. Well, clearly it worked in protecting himself.
Yeah, it's like,
Or he could have, like, I don't know, an armed bodyguard.
Well, see, there's a part of the video where it almost looks like he does grab it from somebody else, but I don't know if it cut and he had it on him, or if he reaches down and I don't know. The videos, I'm not going to keep speculating. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'll watch the video.
Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm also not a private investigator nor a cop, so I have no clue. All right, let's get into some shit. Not into
What
some
are the
shit.
rules for being you don't have to go to school to be a private investigator. I can just put out a Craigslist and start investigating.
Oh, well, I guess just a private investigator is some bullshit you could just say you are,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I don't know if there's a license for being just like we're talking like one where it's like I think my husband's cheating, like,
Yes.
and you're getting hired to do that. Like,
You just get to take pictures of people doing it.
yeah, like I don't know if that's
You're like, sorry,
maybe,
I
but
thought
like, see, but I could see like someone in like 2008 like coming up with a bullshit license just so they could like get a
charge
get
for it.
fit, get $50 from like people who want to be private investigators.
For sure.
Like, I'm licensed.
I mean, I bet there is like a legal thing you have to do or whatever.
I don't know. But I don't know. Is it a legal thing you have to do, or is it a situation where this private investigator knows his rights and can just sit there and film whatever he fucking
Do whatever
wants
he wants.
and listen to whatever he wants? I don't know.
I just want one of those like.
Yeah, one. See, but are those? And I hate to ask this dumbass question, but like, those don't. That's not how it works.
They do work.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're talking like even like when we're watching like movies and fucking anything on TV, it's
I
like
think I was near someone.
You're telling me
my memory sucks. I think
they're
like
holding it.
I think I've used one before.
They're holding it us, and you can hear like you can hear through a wall.
I think so.
Bullshit.
Or at least distance wise.
That's crazy. Okay.
Maybe I dreamt about it. I don't know.
Maybe you dreamt about it. Maybe not. But conference finals, Devin. OKC up 3-1.
Yep.
Indiana up 3-1. We got our finals matchup.
And like I said, the finals was fucking last week.
The finals was Nuggets versus Thunder.
This is diarrhea.
Because there's no way. Like there's no fucking way that Thunder and Pacers go past 5 games.
Shouldn't.
Right?
I mean, they talk about the pace, ironically, of the Pacers, and just sort of how hard they are to slow down. But you look at the Thunder, they're probably one of the best defensive teams, at least in the playoffs.
In the league.
In the league. Probably the best defensive team in the league. I mean, what held Ant to fucking and Julius Randle to 6 shots in the first half. The fact that was happening was sad.
Bro,
I mean, the game was still close the whole way. It was just no one was getting shots off.
The motherfuckers in OKC just don't play.
Apparently not.
Like, but the problem is, Devin. The problem is these motherfuckers in Indiana don't play either.
No, they don't.
They are balling. And Tyrese Halliburton, honestly, I don't want to act like some like fan or just like act like this is some told you so moment. But I do remember a time where a lot of people started going like, I guess Tyrese was just last year's in-season tournament MVP.
That was earlier this year. That was early. I mean, mid last season. But
I'm saying like this past, like there were months of like, all right, Tyrese is nice, and then like playoffs hit, and then this beginning of this season hit, and then it slowly like dropped back down to like, all right, well, we don't care about him at all.
Yeah.
And now we're back to like
GOAT status.
Like your dad can come back in.
Your dad can do whatever he wants. Can we yell at all the players?
All right, and I'm just gonna say this: I hate to be the Karen of the sports world.
Agree.
I hate to be the Karen of the sports world, but why the fuck is Tyrese Halliburton's dad allowed back in stadiums?
And the report was like, "Pop's free." It's like, fuck your pops, dude.
It's
you
like,
just almost fought another NBA player.
And it was like, but has to stay in a suite. It's like, oh no.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh, shit.
Boo-hoo,
he has to stay in a suite.
Yeah. You
next
have
to all
the
the
same
celebrities
rules as every other fan, which is don't step on the court and yell at NBA players.
So I really wonder, like I don't know. I guess like so that must mean if anybody that just runs on a court, if they don't do anything to a fan, they better not be banned at all.
Bro, they get lifetime bans.
Maybe you get thrown out for the night. That's it. You're done for the night. But I bet we better see you in two nights from now.
lifetime bans,
We'll
bro.
see you back. No, there's no way. There's no way.
Literally.
Like I need to go and do some research on the most recent or like the next time somebody streaks across the court. I need to see what happens because there's no way
Like
that.
those like the protesters who chain themselves to the hoops. Gone.
Yeah.
They're not allowed back.
Okay, but that's like a lot.
It's a bit much.
That's a
But
lot,
also
bro.
like screaming at Giannis is like on the court and like getting head to
Oh,
head with him.
100%. And I think it's
So
like, but I'm
in
saying
like 4 games.
but if the NBA is like just purely just in our face, gonna just do this and be like, we're just gonna give him a little slap on the wrist and let him come back. There's no way they can, for the rest of eternity, just let a fan who I don't know. I'm saying like, all right, if a fan goes up and talks shit to Giannis, sure, lifetime ban.
Yeah.
But I don't know, motherfucker runs across with just like, oh look at me, throw him out for the night, bro. You can't. It's a new world.
Agreed.
Tyrese Halliburton's dad did this. You got that's
Yeah.
if you want to blame anybody, blame him and how Adam Silver handled it because that's why.
Maximum 4 games.
But no, we'll have Indy versus OKC. I mean,
No, I mean, yeah, you're right. The Pacers are balling. Siakam looks great. Cat and Brunson. Cat's been a bit of a flop.
he needs.
I hate the internet so much, just because it's like one of those things you never thought about. Just because Cat was such a hooper, Cat is such a hooper, and then every time I watch basketball, every time I watch the Knicks play now, I just watch his run or I watch him like go up and I don't know. It just fucks with my head.
like because of the way he talks.
No, not because of the way. It's just like it makes me annoyed that like I care about that. I don't. Like I want to like I care about the basketball part.
Oh,
And now I'm
oh.
thinking about fucking if he's gay or not. And it's like I don't give a shit.
I was definitely like watching the Knicks game, just going Ruckus Park, Ruckus Park,
Ruck apart.
Ruck apart. Like just, I mean, that was ridiculous. But no, I mean, yeah, no, the internet definitely sucks because you're gonna have somebody, well, oh, what the hell, every 40 seconds watching a Pacers game and people making fun of whatever accent Cat has that night. But I don't know. I think Pacers versus Thunder, it's gonna be cool. I mean, I don't really want to get too much more into it if it's something we're gonna have to cover in the next what 3 week for the next 3 weeks, or
Yeah.
however long it takes. Maybe, yeah, I guess the next
About 3 weeks. Yeah.
two or
I mean,
three
you
weeks.
have a week build up to the finals plus the week of the finals. Now, my problem with this, like, yeah, it should be a decent series, but I mean, again, like you said, the Thunder should put the work on them. But we've had what since the Warriors' last championship, or KD's last championship in 18, we've had a different winner every year.
Last 7 years, yeah.
The last 7 years. I don't hate it, but the problem is like you don't get that like every time we think we're getting like this new rivalry or this new beginning or this new era or whatever, we just get 8 other teams playing well at different times, and like if SGA goes out and wins one, want to see them get back and play the Celtics, or like I want to see these teams go on crazy runs. I don't need a full dynasty, but like go make it back to the finals. Go do something. The Nuggets, go make it back to the finals.
I mean, I think here's the thing, though. I think we're more just disappointed in what we expected this year because plenty of years we were happy to not see the Nuggets make it.
Sure.
And we can admit that, like,
Yeah, no, I agree.
but I can also admit, like, the Nuggets have played a little more of a entertaining style of basketball, but it also kind of killed them, and
Exactly.
sent them home. So, I think there is nothing wrong with it. It's just, yeah, no, it's just the fact that we're not seeing, teams add Dame to Giannis, and they're the ones making it to the finals, or Jimmy goes over to Golden State, and they're the ones making it to the finals, or Luka and Bron, and they're the ones making it to the finals. It's in the NFL we got to see Saquon go to the Eagles, run for 2,000 yards, and they make the Super Bowl versus
Exactly.
versus the Chiefs. And no matter how much you hate the Chiefs, it's like it is a rematch. It is a fucking Super Bowl. Like people
Yeah.
watched, people cared.
Yes.
So
But like, the problem with it is like this isn't just new for our era. This is new for basketball. Basketball has always been run by dynasties. Always. And whether it's 2 years or 6 years or whatever the fuck, it's always been run by dynasties. And now it's literally anyone can fucking win.
I guess there was a stretch where there were different teams, but I think maybe just okay, maybe exactly what we were talking about though. There were what I want to get the years right, so let me just NBA champion history. I don't want to mess anything up.
What year?
I'm just trying to get these years right to just want to make sure I get these years right. So like if
Which
we
years? I'll figure it out.
well I have it like on the screen. Why waste our time figuring it out when we could just
I'm not. There's no wasting time.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna list them now. I think if you look at what, because what's a, I mean, first of all, I guess what's a dynasty? Let me ask that question.
I mean, it's going to multiple finals in a short period of time,
Okay,
or winning multiple finals, or anything.
okay. So like if we go '08 Celtics, but okay, Celtics, Lakers, Mavs, Heat, Spurs.
Yeah, but
Those
who
are
was in the
all.
finals 4 straight years?
What's that?
I mean, who was in the finals 4 straight years? It was
But
Bron.
but that's what I'm saying. I believe the offset of either people loving that they're able to see LeBron win or loving that they're able to see LeBron
LeBron
lose,
lose.
that kind of offset the fact that it could have been whoever. It could have been LeBron beating the Thunder. It could have been the Mavericks beating LeBron. It could have been
Yeah,
the Spurs beating LeBron. I mean, it could have been and then but then like you had like 3 straight years of Kobe, you mean, or just the Lakers in the finals, and then before that, LeBron was in the finals, and then, but then before that,
there were a few years.
Miami Heat in '06,
Yeah,
kind of odd. So I'd say
'05
starting there,
Spurs.
but yeah, so, and then you have
But the
Pistons.
Spurs were there throughout the early
But
2000s. They're
then
just losing to the Lakers.
we have Pistons '04.
That's a weird one too.
I'd say '04. I'd say '04 to like to 2014 was weird. Definitely not as anything goes as these last 7 years.
But it was Kobe and Bron and
But that's the
the
thing.
majority
It
of
were it
those.
was the people we wanted to see in them.
At least one of them.
Somebody that you wanted to see
And then
in there.
before that, I mean, it was fucking Lakers, Bulls, Rockets, Bulls, Pistons, Celtics, Lakers, the whole way back.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you had your Rockets, but it's just yeah. I mean, it's just
That's because MJ was gone.
yeah. I mean, the biggest star that people were able to see in the finals every year stepped away for 2 years, and
And then it was Hakeem twice.
then he was right back.
And
Yeah, the second
again,
biggest
like
star.
it's something that like I guess is our fault because we sort of once you get deep into a dynasty, you kind of get tired of it a little bit. But it has gone such the other way. It's like maybe there's a few years of trying to build a new dynasty and then they go on a little run, but now it's just whoever the fuck doesn't get injured or whoever the fuck has the most complete team, which isn't usually the way it works. And I don't know. It's just it feels like baseball. Like baseball's always very different.
The problem is the last dynasty that was formed, besides 2016, it was so obvious, like that they were going to win, Golden State.
Oh yeah.
Like, because if you think about it, like no, like when we had finals with LeBron, Steph, KD, like all these motherfuckers, it's like no, they should have been They could have been bangers, but they were obvious.
It was 4-1, 4-0.
They were obvious, and then like or but then you
And then
have
it was
like
and then it was the Warriors had to get hurt for it to be a good series against the Raptors.
Exactly. So I don't know.
But that's the only example of a team that was beyond too good to get beat.
Mm-hmm. That's it. I mean, them and the Bulls.
Recently,
That's it. But that's the only dynasty. That's the only. Let's be real.
Because the Heat started their dynasty by getting beat.
What count? But are the Heat a dynasty?
They're a small one, sure.
But what's a dynasty? Just having three Super Bowls?
I don't. All right, huh?
Having three championships. That's a dynasty.
The Heat had 2, and they're maybe dynasty's not the right word, but like a run of being in the finals. I mean, Brown was in the finals. What, 8 straight years?
LeBron was a dynasty.
Of course, LeBron was a dynasty, but because he was on the Heat for 4 years, that was his Heat dynasty.
No, but I'm here like I don't know if this is a hot take. LeBron is a dynasty. He was never a part of a dynasty.
No, okay. Then LeBron's dynasty while he was on the Heat.
Yeah, like LeBron is a dynasty. LeBron's dynasty was partially on the Heat, and it was on the Cavs. Man, it was and it's on the Lakers. But no, sure. I don't know if in terms of like if they have 3 finals, if they have 3 championships, they count as a dynasty, then sure, they're a dynasty. But I mean, I don't know. I didn't know if that's
2.
If that's what it clicked. No.
They had 2 champions.
Well, I'm talking 05 is we got to add franchise.
06 doesn't count.
Well, franchise. I'm talking, but that's what But the Chiefs were considered they were considered a dynasty after like the second one with Mahomes, because they were including.
All right, but if like Mahomes left, then they like had a bad year and then found another quarterback and got better. Like, it wouldn't be the same dynasty. It would be a different.
But I don't think the Patriots were a dynasty until they had the first 3. I think it's at least 3. The Ravens aren't a dynasty.
3, sure. Well, then long runs of teams being in the finals.
But are you saying
extended runs?
Is that what you want? Is that what you want to come back?
In a way, yeah. And in a way, I want like.
I don't know. We bitched about that for years.
That's what I'm saying. But now look at it.
I mean, but it's just
you're gonna lock into watching the final. I watch fucking 4 minutes of these games, and I go, all right, well that was fun.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I think injuries had a lot to do with how this ended up. I don't know what the.
What are we gonna say that every year now? It's like.
No, but you can say it for this year. You can say it when it's like.
Suns. Cool.
You can say it when it's obvious.
Also, I just looked back at some stats. I was looking something up the other day. James Harden got robbed. 2018, 2019 MVP.
Welcome back, I guess.
I completely forgot about that because it was like I would just go through and Giannis won 2 straight. He averaged 36 points.
Yeah.
Like that's 7th of all time.
Yeah.
Didn't win MVP.
No.
Giannis averaged 27, 12 and 5.
Yeah. Harden won MVP with a worse stat line.
Averaging 30.
Than when he had the year after?
Literally the year after.
Yeah, had a better year after his MVP year.
36. It was like 6 and 7.
Yeah. I
don't know. 36 minutes.
The NBA doesn't like James Harden though, so
the NBA doesn't like fun and exciting shit.
But
I don't know.
I don't know, but I think that
maybe if they're gonna rig shit and fucking rig games, rig it the right way.
But the thing is, we were bitching when the same teams were making it because we wanted to see a team like the Rockets and James Harden make it one year, or the Thunder, 2016.
I know, but we weren't talking about the fucking Pacers.
I understand that. So what I'm saying is the difference is now instead of having different teams or the same teams every year make it, now we're just complaining about it. The luck of the draw being a shitty draw.
True.
But when you can obviously look at when you can look at injuries that have an obvious impact on the playoffs this year, I mean, I don't know what the Warriors would have looked like if Steph didn't. I mean, go halfway through game 1 and then that was it. That's all all she wrote for Steph. And motherfucking whatchamacallit over in why am I keep blanking on bro over and fucking Jayson Tatum.
Jayson Tatum. Yeah.
Jayson Tatum doesn't tear his Achilles. I don't know what it looks like, and I just don't know what the fuck happened to the Bucks. I'm still confused about them.
I'm lost. I saw a funny report. It was like the Bucks organization hopes that keeping Doc Rivers will make Giannis want to stay, and I was like, I think he got that fucked up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Giannis does love Doc Rivers, but I don't think that's gonna make him want to stay.
No, I don't. I see, but
So
Doc,
that's
I don't
that's
know.
that's the delusion coming out of the Bucks organization right now that they keep Doc, they keep Giannis.
And Giannis recently came out and said like he's gonna, he's loyal to Milwaukee, and I don't
Of
know.
course,
Like, okay, but here's the thing though.
because he hasn't left yet.
Okay. Here's the thing. If I'm Giannis, and I know like maybe it's gonna be a minute till I actually like get traded, if there's a possibility of me getting traded, like I'm gonna sit here and say I'm loyal,
Hell yeah.
just because I don't feel like hearing that bullshit on like Instagram or whatever. It's like
But also, like, what if, like, there is a trade lined up, or something does happen, or whatever, and then he doesn't get traded, and now he has to talk shit. Like, he was just talking shit about the Bucks. Now he has to go play for the Bucks again.
yeah,
He's not going to talk shit about the Bucks until he leaves. He's still not even going to talk shit about him. He's just going to be excited to be a Spur.
a Tyreek Hill situation. You know, well, he walked back on everything he said about Miami.
Oh, of course.
I mean, he was like, I don't want to play
He's like,
here.
I'm
I need to
done with
go
his team
play with a fucking
organization. The
quarterback.
state sucks. I was like, yeah, I don't even want to. I don't even know why I came here. I can't even remember.
He did not want to be there
I'm screaming at my
whatsoever.
wife so much I can't even fucking see straight.
All right. So I did this segment with Shane and Julius last episode, but I want to ask you the same thing. We got some players who are going to be going into who have new homes, and I guess the theoretical question, the hypothetical question is, will they be welcomed in? Will they be welcomed in, or is the welcome mat going to be laid out at the front door, door unlocked? Come on in, take your
Yep.
shoes off, or
Or keep your shoes on.
maybe if you're a weirdo like yourself, but or they lock the door, fucking start give you one of them bullshit AI voices on the Ring doorbell. Sorry, we cannot come to the door right now, and
Sure.
it's just Russell Wilson walking back to his van. Either way, will these players be welcome to their new homes? First player, Russell Wilson, New York Giants.
And we're talking about like fan bases, or just like
I'm talking. I mean, yeah, I would say. I mean, it's a mix of everything. Like, okay, to me, if
well, I
he
mean, if we look at the quarterback room there,
like if I'm looking at the Giants, right, and say Russell Wilson comes out as QB1, and they have a
yeah,
shaky first 4 or 5 games, and they're 0-4, 1-4, and the fans are chanting Dart's
Jackson
name,
Dart.
you know, that would be an example of him probably not being officially welcomed in
Yeah,
by the New York
then no.
Giants.
I mean, Russ is gonna have to. He's gonna have to ball, and I only say that like the Giants. There's two things. They wouldn't usually expect anything. Like from Daniel Jones, they didn't really expect anything because they didn't have anybody. They didn't have a good team. They didn't have shit. The problem with this thing is they've drafted Jackson Dart, who's gotten hyped up and potential future great quarterback, and Jackson Dart will be the quarterback of this team at some point. But also just the fact that you have Malik Neighbors. If you struggle with Malik Neighbors and you start wasting his time, they're going to go make a change. The fans aren't going to give a shit who it is.
Do the Giants have to ball though? Like, does Russ have to
No, they
ball?
don't have to ball, but we've seen Russ play pretty bad before. And
Like,
now he's on a worse team than he was last year, a much worse team. And for me, it's just one of those things where it's like, if you're a bad team, give your rookie some reps. Quit trying to fuck around. Like, if the Steelers were 0-6, put somebody else in.
yeah.
A-Rod, like, fuck him.
See, but I feel like like I really feel like an 8-win season for the Giants,
It's
like,
huge.
would be phenomenal.
It'd be incredible.
And that, I mean, I don't know.
I think Russ can get them there, but
here's the thing:
if there's a real bad start, then
I could see the Giants going 8-9, where Russ plays all year and they just go 8-9, or Russ wins 2 games, he goes 2-6, and then
2 and
Jackson
6.
Dart fucking comes out and wins the rest of the games and only loses 3 more games. It's like I really don't know. So I think there's a TBD on if Russ is gonna be allowed into that home.
But I mean, I think he got the people's champ.
Jameis?
Demetrius, yeah.
He's a mascot.
But it's like, there's a lot more love for Jameis than Russ.
If that's the case, he would have already been listed as QB1 over Russ. I mean, they've already came out and
Agreed.
said Russell Wilson is starting quarterback.
I think the leash is short on Russ. From the fan base and from the...
You think the league will what?
The leash is short.
The leash is short on Russ. Yeah, on Russ. Yeah. No. But it's just, it's short for maybe what you're going to let Russell Wilson do to a team at this point in his career, period, in terms of, like, self-destructing it. But it's also, like...
He destroyed the Broncos.
How much what do the Giants expect out of any quarterback for them next year?
8 wins max.
But I'm saying that is a phenomenal.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Phenomenal year. I'm talking like 5 or 6 wins is where I see the Giants sitting. I don't see them winning, 8, almost going 9-8, having a winning record. That's not. No, the Giants will not have a winning record. George Pickens, what?
If I was a Giants fan, what, Daddy? If I was a Giants fan, I would rather have Jackson Dart.
I mean, at this point, I'd rather just stop bullshitting with veterans.
Fuck it. I mean, you don't have... God, thank you. You don't have a good enough team.
And if I'm... and... Oh. He's getting... Shit's getting closer.
Chupacabra.
And...
Bro. Shut your whole ass up.
And I think we're good. I think he's gone. Okay. And if I'm going to draft a quarterback in the first round, like, why? What are we doing?
Why?
Throw him in. George Pickens in Dallas.
They do have Cam Scatterbo, right?
They do. They could do something with that.
Pretty cool.
Pickens in Dallas.
Hell yeah.
I think it's a yes, and I think it's especially a yes because if Dak plays all year, nothing will be George Pickens' fault.
Nothing.
No matter what.
Everything is off George Pickens' hand. Like, you cannot, unless he crashes the fuck out every game and ruins the entire team, he's not going to be the biggest problem on that team. I mean, even if Dak gets hurt, they have the CD and him have the exemption of having to play with a backup.
And and we always had that talk of like, well, you got CD and George Pickens is like 2 like hotheads. Are they gonna like, is it gonna be a problem? CD got paid. So does he have to play like he needs to get paid next year? It's like, no. So if they can keep it cool and just be okay with, some days you might get more looks than me and vice versa, it's all right. I
hope so. I
think he'll be welcomed.
I mean, again, the Cowboys have been crying for a second receiver forever. Now, is it going to get overhyped? And are the Cowboys going to think they're going to win the Super Bowl for sure?
100%.
But, yeah, I mean, it's a cool move. It's nice. It's not going to mean anything, but it's cool.
And I think, Like it would only take it would have to take like a Kadarius Toney level of like suck for that
Yeah,
for Dallas to be mad at what he did what he does for them this year
yeah.
because they've
Like
been
they were
begging.
rocking with Cole Beasley. I think they're fine.
I think they'll be happy with Bro.
There would have to
Um,
be a Chase Claypool level of butt suck.
what about Sam Darnold in Seattle?
Is he even QB1?
Yeah.
Didn't who? Am I stupid?
Who else? Who else would? I mean,
Drew Lock.
yeah, no. I'm pretty sure they just paid him too. It's like no, Sam Darnold's the starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks for now. But what's okay? But like, kind of the same thing with the Giants, but just a little bit better, I guess. It's like, what is a good season for them next year? Like they're happy when
I think it's
Gino.
9.
But that's what I'm saying. They're happy when Gino wins 9 games.
Yeah, but I guess now you have what Gino did for the team.
But how naive are they? Like, are they naive? Like, do Seahawks fans think Sam Darnold's going to do much better?
Hopefully, they don't think he's going to do what he did last year.
Or do they just think that, well, there's no fucking way
Well,
that any Seahawk fan truly thinks he's going to be able to put up what he did? No, that's not happening. But what I'm thinking
but,
is,
I mean, there's no DK. It's Kenneth Walker and Jackson Smith and Jigba,
Cooper Cup.
Cooper Kupp.
But Noah Fant. I mean, they have a couple pieces, but I
But
think
9 wins is cool.
the thing is, I think that it went from like what Gino was able to do to having a quarterback that they know is gonna like be here for good for a minute that can do what Gino was able to do.
Yeah.
Like Gino, I feel like it was like, yeah, he got that bad. He got that when he did get paid. It was like, all right, cool. But I don't know if it still didn't feel like he still feels like he still felt like a transition quarterback, and he still feels like a transition quarterback in Vegas. And Sam
Yeah.
Darnold's honestly is probably going to turn into a transition quarterback as well.
I mean, unless he can again have a year somewhat like last year, and really make a name for himself. Yeah, he's a transition quarterback. Gino was a transition quarterback that just turned into a 3-year quarterback. Like there was no reason for the Seahawks to have Gino for that long. Like, zero reason.
And there was less reason for the Raiders to get him and give him all that money.
Zero reason.
It does not make much sense. But DK in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think even if he was crashing out, it's like, could you really blame him?
No.
He still doesn't know who's throwing the ball to him week 1.
Yeah.
He still
Maybe
has no
he
clue.
does.
I doubt it.
I think there's some guys who know.
I truly think the Steelers are like kind of like everybody else. Like I think Aaron's coming.
Shit, I hope.
I think Aaron's coming. Like I'm not positive, but I think he is. There's no way he's retiring. I hope he's not fucking retiring. We got what, Mason
Can
Rudolph?
you imagine if he fucking retired?
Who are they gonna run with if he's?
Mason Rudolph.
Oh, there's no see.
Yeah.
And there, but they have to know. They have to know. You don't go. Is that really the only? Who else is on their depth chart? Seriously, we talked about this recently, but like
maybe it's that other guy. Who's that duck guy?
Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, Skylar Thompson.
Well, Howard's not a bad.
No, stop it.
Well, I mean, he's a rookie, so we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Skylar Thompson sucks.
And this is these are the Steelers. And you think they're going, oh, we'll just go with this rookie and see what happens. Absolutely not.
Yes, they've done it.
No.
Delvin Hodge was the name I was looking for.
I really don't see I don't see a world where the Steelers are this delusional. Like if they look at this depth chart and they look at this quarterback room and they're like, we'll be okay if Aaron doesn't sign with us.
Yeah, no, we have plan A, B, and C locked in. We just don't know about Aaron yet.
Like, to be completely honest with you, like they're gonna sign like Kirk or something if Aaron Rodgers doesn't go there. They're gonna have to.
Yeah, I saw a thing. I don't know. Every once in a while, it's like Stephen A. is upset that Kirk Cousins is the second option for the Steelers, and I don't give a fuck what he says, so I didn't listen to it. So yeah, I don't know what he said. That's like honestly, this might sound real stupid. It might be a better option.
Kirk?
It's possible.
Nah,
He's younger.
barely.
He's had better seasons than Aaron has in the past few years.
Wrong.
Nah,
Yes.
no.
Do I have to
I
pull
mean,
it up?
he was shit the back half of last year, but
He was good for like. You want me to pull it up? You want to compare seasons?
well, I mean, honestly, it's the same kind of timeline.
But I'm saying
Torn Achilles. No, you're right. Torn Achilles year prior. Came and played on a new team. Kind of poop shit. Hasn't had a good year in a few years.
Kirk isn't sniffed in Aaron Rodgers' year.
Ever.
What are we talking about right now? I don't think Kirk is a good. Dude,
Well,
there's no way.
You don't have to deal with as much bullshit day in and day out. You don't have to, like, Kirk, if they had offered Kirk a contract right now, he would be there.
Bro, but they did that God first bullshit with Russ last year, and you saw where it got him. They're over it. They need a quarterback who's gonna go in there and sling that bitch like Ben and just not give a fuck.
True.
Like,
golly, shucky darn.
Fuck it. Like, just sign, Aaron. And last player, Deebo Samuel and the Washington Commanders.
I thought you were gonna say Shedeur Sanders.
No, absolutely not. Deebo Samuel, Washington.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. Now,
Big time.
let me say this. Y'all were great last year. If 10% of any looks to anybody else last season solely go to him, and it's a negative versus what they got last season.
Yeah.
And he just steps on the toes of the. If he steps on the toes of the Washington progression, just because look, a lot of receivers have this fucking stigma, so at this point it's not even a shocker. But he's a little bit of a diva.
Sure.
He's kind of got like almost the complete opposite attitude of what we've seen out of like someone like Terry.
Agreed.
And I think we're at a point where Jaden's probably the best quarterback that's the Debo's played with. I'm not gonna lie. In the NFL, what Jimmy G, Brock Purdy, Jaden Daniels, and then whoever else we're not thinking of isn't better than who we just named. So
yeah,
I don't even see Jaden putting up with any bullshit. So I think as long as he knows his role and knows that he's not just the guy that's yeah, we're going to draw up all these dumbass gadget plays for you, and we're going to spend a lot of time making sure you get the ball. You're going to get in where you fit in.
Now,
it'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it goes like that. Hopefully we don't try to build our... I don't think we will. I think Cliff is way too smart to, but we're definitely not going to try to build our offense around Debo. Hopefully he is maybe not a small role, but not as big of a role as some of the other guys out there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe utilizing him in the run game a little bit. I know he doesn't want to, but whatever. But to be completely honest, he's probably going to get injured, and we're not going to have him.
I mean, injured, I would wish on, but like at this age, could have.
I'm not wishing on it, but I'm just saying.
But I'm saying at this age,
he's only getting older.
At this age, could a pulled hammy be more likely? Like, yeah, could happen.
But he's already very injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
Now getting older, playing on a pretty fast paced team.
And speaking of injuries, fucking.
If we're bad next year, it's not Debo's fault.
Joey Bosa, Joey Bosa, out with a calf injury for the foreseeable future. Is what I just saw.
The hell does foreseeable future mean?
I don't know.
Forever?
I don't know what the foreseeable future is, but that's kind of shitty for Buffalo.
Probably means the start of the season.
I don't know. We'll see. It's they were acting like it was some shit that was about to jeopardize Buffalo, so I have no clue. What about Tom Brady making I guess coming out with his own sports museum? Um,
For himself?
okay, so at first I thought the same exact thing. It's like no, he just owns it.
Gotcha.
So he owns the sports now he does have he has his rings there.
Of course.
But he has 91 finals game worn Jordans, Ali gloves, Jackie Robinson bat.
Wait, like this is all the stuff that he owned?
I'm gonna assume so. I mean, at least things he got his hands on, or think maybe gifts or whatever.
How much
I don't
money
know.
does he need? Or is he just trying to spread the?
It's a museum. What do you mean? How
I know,
much
but
money
he's
does he
trying
need?
to show show people his stuff, or he's just trying to have people walk through a room and spend money.
I think Tom Brady must just have access to a lot of memorabilia, and
Yeah, apparently he
I
does
would
have money.
imagine that this may lead to a scenario where players are going to reach out and say, "Hey, I got this, or I got that, or I got I
Sure.
got all this shit." So my question is, if you had to pick any memorabilia from anything that you want to see in a museum put up on display, have its own fucking showcase, is there anything that comes to mind immediately?
The world's longest toenail.
Okay. I was going more in the sports only.
Oh.
You went straight to the grossest thing you come up with. I was thinking you were gonna say oh Tiger's when he was 18, when he was 19. I don't know if you were, I thought you were gonna say something better than the world's longest toenail. That's gross. I see. Me, it's maybe okay, Julian's red gloves, the 28-3 game,
Sure.
or shit, anything in the Cavs 3-1 comeback. Fuck it, anything.
True.
Just LeBron's mold on a backboard of where the block was. Just
A picture of LeBron's bruised nutsack.
Okay, yeah, or it's Steven Adams next to him.
Yes.
But yeah, no, something like that. Maybe not just the world's
I'm
longest.
trying to think if there's something that I would.
Me, I want a row of Robo arms. The Robo arms. JJ Watt's Robo arm.
Ooh.
Ray Watt.
Right.
Ray Lewis's Robo arm. Motherfucking Gronk's Robo arm. I'm sure you can get your hand on
Robo
him.
knees.
Huh?
Robo knees.
Robo knees. Hella Robo knees. Every Robo knee that was a Super Bowl champ that blocked for Tom Brady. We need Super Bowl champion Robo knees.
See, the problem with myself trying to think about this is I've never seen my team win. Any of them.
I didn't name anything that was related to me.
No, I know, but for me, that would be the thing that I would want to see.
Okay. Let's see. Can I get in a Baltimore bag? What would I want to see as a Ravens fan coming out of the I don't know. To be honest,
the breaker that was switched off during the Super Bowl.
That would be something I want to see. I've seen not to be I've seen, but I've kind of seen it's not that hard to find anything that started from 1996. So it's I've seen the rings, I've seen the trophies, I've seen I've been on the field, I have some turf. I got I've seen I've seen it. I don't so I don't really I guess, but we were talking just in game. So in game memorabilia, it's okay, yeah, anything from that fucking Super Bowl. Sure. It's anything from either Super Bowl. You can drop anything in there and it's going to be yeah, I'm going to be interested in that, but moments, I don't know. Anything that's a moment I feel is probably already in a Hall of Fame or something. Tucker's 66.
Yeah, that's what I'm that's what's weird about this is why is this, how did he possess
Tucker's 66-yard balls? Well, I'm assuming this is Brady's shit, and then he's just going to continue to get his hands on other shit. But I think,
where is this museum?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I think Tucker's
probably Florida.
Huh?
Florida?
I don't know. Maybe, probably. I think Tucker's 66-yard ball is probably already in on a shelf somewhere or on a showcase somewhere. I don't know if I don't. I mean,
Robert Kraft's rubber
what
gloves.
would you take from like Lamar Jackson as of right now? I mean, there's not really. I mean, bro ain't donating an MVP trophy, so I don't really know. It's like, what do you?
No, the ball from his Lamarvelous run
Yeah,
against
but
the
I'm saying
Bengals.
that's simple shit. Any record broken type of ball or whatever, I think would be easy to get your hands on. But like I'm talking the gum on David Tyree's helmet when he made that catch in the Super
True,
Bowl. Like where is
true,
that piece of gum? Like I need to
true.
see that showcase. I need to see.
Where's the footage of the? Give me the camera that filmed the Jets practice.
I want to see the uniform that Antonio Brown retired in.
The one he threw into the crowd.
Yes, like
Who has that?
I don't know. Some it's in some sports equipment room
You know
somewhere.
you know what I do hate is like when a cool ball or a cool thing goes into the stands from any sport, and then people give it back for like a signed T-shirt and a picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no, I get like you want to be nice to these pro athlete superstars, but milk it.
What you mean milk it?
They have money. Go get season tickets.
Yeah,
Go make a little bit of money.
yeah.
It's like no, you're not taking like the players' money. You're taking ownership's
You're
money,
taking the
and they have too
ownership's
much
money.
money. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
if I catch like a first home run or like a 500th home run ball, I'm not giving it back
See,
for a bat.
at first I was just thinking like selling that, but it's like no, you're talking like no, like I'm gonna need more than just a signed ball and
Fuck yeah.
or a signed jersey and whatnot. It's like yeah, no, I'm gonna need season tickets or I'm gonna need a big check cut to me.
Cut to me.
The ball was thrown to me in the crowd.
Yep.
Sorry that y'all fucked up. This is my property
Hold
now.
that bitch like this.
Which is kind of weird. I mean, like if you think about it, like realistically, like how does it work? Like where and I'm not and honestly not even trying to be a sports Karen again, but like could the NFL just not be like that's our property, like give us that shit,
I don't know.
like by law or
I mean,
rule?
in baseball they can't because
But can they not because they just allow it? Or if the MLB said no, like that's our fucking property, that's MLB property, give me that shit. They could.
well then I'm taking it because guess what? The ball's worth $20,
Okay, okay, but I'm saying though, like if
and
you
like an NFL football is worth $150.
yeah, but I mean, like if it's like some type of record-breaking ball, I don't know. I mean, what is it
But the
going
ball
for?
itself is $150.
No, sure, but I'm saying the.
I'll give you $150. I'll sell this thing for $3 million.
Oh, you're saying you'll take the charge.
Sure.
Oh, okay, you'll take
I will steal the ball.
okay, you'll
Yes.
take the theft charge. Okay, all right,
Yes.
understandable then. I got you. Okay, okay. I don't know. That's all I could think of because I mean most things are pretty like common. Like if you want to just look up like where is this? It's probably in that museum or in the Hall of Fame or
Probably in Canton.
yeah. I mean it's probably not that hard to see. But yeah, Tom Brady has a fucking museum. He's doing absolutely everything he can. Um anything to keep his mind off football, honestly. That's all,
I
bro.
know.
I
No.
Why are we pretending like he cares about some stupid bitch? Like it's Tom
Anything to keep his mind off
it's
goddamn jujitsu.
it's Tom fucking Brady. Like the fact that
But you don't think he runs and hides from like a question about that?
I don't think he gives a shit.
I don't think he would answer a question about that.
I don't think
Because he got cheated on by his wife.
I don't think but that's the I don't but I'm saying like I don't think Tom Brady is sitting at home yeah, okay. He and chose to play football. Continued to want to play football. Was like, all right, well, fuck her. Like, I'm gonna keep playing football. And now that he's not playing football, now he's got 100 different hobbies. Like,
Yes.
definitely doesn't give a fuck about her. He wants to keep his mind off of football, or until he gets to broadcast on Sundays again.
True.
He's just bored. I
Yeah.
don't think he really cares that much about her. I'm not gonna lie. Not going to
I mean,
speculate
it's the
any
mother
further.
of all of his children
All right.
that he was with for like a long time.
So I said we weren't going to talk about him. I said we were going to go a while. But Devin, the man just keeps talking. Shedeur Sanders. He says 99% of scrutiny towards him is because of his father. I guess,
Nope.
When they were talking about, his draft, his stock sliding in the draft and whatnot. And, the thing is, 99% of scrutiny is because of your dad. That is a false statement.
Also, sounds like you're blaming it on your father.
Correct.
Which is the reason why you're here.
Now, is there a percentage? Is there a percentage that can go towards Deion Sanders?
But it is slowly changed over time.
It is like in terms of what?
Was like when the Jackson State stuff started and the Colorado stuff started. Like if we look at a scale, this is Deion, this is Shedeur. It's all Deion, and then Shedeur has to become his own person, shows his personality, showboats, comes out with rap songs, says he's a top whatever pick, and now it's Deion's not really attached to you anymore. You're in the NFL.
Yep.
So scrutiny over here, no one cares about Deion anymore. You're in the NFL.
Well, see, there's plenty of reasons for scrutiny, like towards Shedeur Sanders. Deion Sanders going on interviews and saying that they will Eli Manning teams that they don't want to go to. Didn't help. Go out saying that he is a top 5 pick. It's like it didn't help. But here's the thing. He talked about Travis Hunter just as much. Did that affect his draft stock? No.
Not one bit.
It didn't affect his draft stock
Anything
at all.
Better.
And when it comes to hate, especially towards Deion, and for most things when it comes to hate, it's pretty much just online.
Yep.
Like Deion Sanders, especially before getting even more eyes on him as he's, the coach for Colorado and coaching one of the best players in college football and Travis Hunter, it's like before that he had all the connections in the world, all the opportunities in the world, all the jobs. He was on everything and everywhere. It's like No. It's like you were on every Aflac commercial. You were doing every primetime game, every NFL event, every draft, every combine. Like, you were everywhere.
You were the guy who interviewed Lamar after he got drafted.
It's like, what hate did Deion Sanders get besides, like, what? Butthurt? What fans? Butthurt who? Like, I don't think
Nobody.
Like, there's really not much hate. But then, yes, you go on.
Well, the hate was just like, oh, he was too flashy, and he did this, and he did that, and maybe he's a little overrated and all this. But he wasn't saying outlandish shit and making claims and whatever.
But the problem is he became a part of this fantasy land that, in the fantasy land, this is the same world where mock drafts are made and where all these online hypotheticals where, Shedeur's going to go here, Shedeur's going to go there, teams are interested in this. That is what made Shedeur's draft stock be so high. That's what made it high in the first place. Like, just the history of the NFL drafting quarterbacks high immediately was like, all right, well, if Cam Ward is going to go first, who's going to go next? I guess Shedeur. That's pretty much what people were doing originally. And as the season went on, and we're talking college football, as the season went on, it was like, ugh. All right. It's like, okay.
The 2 seasons that he played at Colorado, it was like Shedeur in early Heisman conversations.
And then
it was just nothing.
Not in the conversation by the end.
And no one said a word about it.
Nobody did. And then, but I'm saying though, but when reality hit and teams were actually saying how they actually felt, when teams were saying how they truly felt about Shedeur and where they actually had him ranked in terms of like where they would draft him, and when journalists were actually talking to teams and teams were going like, telling them how they feel, and he was going on interviews or going on team interviews and all this shit, reality hit like a motherfucker, especially for all these fans online who are like just super duper confident in him being a first round pick and it being what it was. And I think Shedeur thought the same thing. I think Deion Sanders thought the same thing. And now they flip it onto this, I get scrutiny because my dad is Deion Sanders. It's like, no. It's like Deion gets scrutiny for some shit. You get scrutiny for your own shit. At the end of the day, whether you love Shedeur Sanders, whether you want to see him, go against all the odds and win fucking Super Bowl MVP, the man did not produce first round talent in college. He didn't.
I mean, and then you look at anyone else from that Colorado team. I'm like
Travis.
Jimmy Horn, who went, sixth round? Mm-hmm. No one gives a shit. It's like, I don't know. He put all that focus into two fucking players, and one of them got drafted in the first round.
But I don't know what more there is to say about the scrutiny towards Shedeur and why he has it. I mean,
my thing is that, I mean, for better or for worse, I think Deion's very smart.
Okay.
I think he's incredible at marketing. I think he can stir shit up and like when he says things, I don't think he's just saying things. I don't think it's just bullshit. He's like, if he says something crazy, it's meant to be something crazy. He's here to stir shit up, to make noise, to hype shit up, to build up the Colorado program. To anything that he touches, he wants to hype it. He's fucking prime time. He's been doing that since he hit the league, since before he hit the league. But then you have Shedeur, who thinks that it's reality and thinks that talking in that way is real, and thinks that like he can walk into a GM's office for a football team in the NFL and talk like he's the best shit ever, and he doesn't need to change anything about his game, and that team's too bad to draft him and all this shit. It's like, no, Deion calculates the way that he lays out the shit that he does. What's his nuts? Shedeur is out here acting like he is Deion without any of the expertise or any of the knowledge.
I agree, except I do think a lot of shit Deion says is just bullshit.
Yeah, but he says bullshit so that people talk about him.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think he's like, it's like I don't think he's playing that big of a mental chess game, like where he's like, I'm gonna say this crazy shit. It's like, I think he does believe in what he says, and a lot of it's just starting to backfire now, and now it's, oh well, it's Deion, he was gonna say whatever. It's like,
But I mean, if you like Deion, in like we've talked about it before, in his football brain, knows that Deion's seen top level quarterbacks his whole career. He's seen the best quarterbacks in the world. I'm pretty sure he knows his son's not one of them.
But he said he was.
He's not an idiot.
But he said he was. He said he was.
Deion's one of the greatest football players of all time.
Yes.
This isn't some scrub bum. This isn't Shedeur Sanders' dad. This is Deion Sanders. He knows.
But that's the thing. It's like, okay, sure, 50% of the scrutiny.
What is he supposed to do with his own son?
But
call him a scrub bum.
Treat him like Shiloh.
Call him a scrub bum.
Treat him like fucking Shiloh. It's like, where? I don't. I also don't see Shiloh going, man, I got undrafted, and then signed as a free agent.
Everything's a blessing to Shiloh. Shiloh's
like, my dad. This is all my dad's fault. No. Like, here's the thing.
Shedeur is the problem.
Sure, is some of the scrutiny because of Deion Sanders? Yeah. Is a lot of the reason you're here because your dad's Deion Sanders?
Well, first of all, he is the reason you're on the planet. Second of all, he's the reason you have the name you do. Third, he's the reason you played high-level D1 football.
The reason you have the genetics you have. He's the reason you had
the
access to... I mean, okay, it doesn't matter, but like you had the access to all the training in the world, all the top, everything at your disposal.
Oh God, trust funds. Sure. How do you know that? You don't even know how that works. Yes, you do.
Yeah, it's like if there's anything
Deion has all the money.
yeah.
You got money set away, bud.
Yeah, trust fund babies, they probably don't know how the trust fund works.
No, they just, oh, look, more money in my bank account. I trust it. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, Shedeur, when NIL hit and Shedeur was like, okay, wait, y'all haven't been getting paid?
For real.
I get paid every Friday.
I get paid every day.
It was just his dad sending him money, but no,
yeah.
Oh wait, that's a I guess okay. Question: your kid is on your team before NIL. Can you buy him a burger from McDonald's?
Ooh.
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh. Can you take him out to dinner?
Can you recruit your kid?
Can you wait? Can you if you say you're coaching a basketball team, a college basketball team, and your son's in high school, he's 17. Can you give him hookers?
Who did that?
Rick Pitino.
Okay.
Coach of the year last year, actually. I wonder how.
Oh, I guess like.
No, not I guess. You can't do that.
No, I mean like, no, I meant more of the coach of the year. How about that? But I was saying like, that's like, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Be a sports Karen a third time today?
Yes.
Why? It's your turn. It's your turn.
No, wait. Louisville lost their national championship in their Final Four appearance because he was buying hookers for 17-year-olds.
Well, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that because I'm glad about. I'm happy about the outcome. So you know what? Buy more hookers. Buy more strippers. Buy more sluts.
It's true.
Rick.
Well, then they banned him, and then they were like, you know what? Go coach Iona for like a week, and then we'll take over St. John's, give them hookers, find a good team. Guess what? We have money now, so you can give them money instead of hookers.
But yeah, no, scrutiny towards Shedeur Sanders. It is what it is, and honestly, anybody else would expect it. It's like what did I don't know? It's like what did Caleb Williams say last year during like his scrutiny? Just like I'm gonna prove him wrong. Like he wasn't like, well, like my parents.
No.
It's because of them, honestly. If you want me to tell, if you want me to be honest, it's their fault.
Well, I don't want to defend Shedeur at all, but like I think that what he means is that because Deion is such a scrutinized figure right now,
but
that he thinks that he's just catching residuals.
But why? Why is Deion a scrutinized player if you even think he is a scrutinized player or a scrutinized person? Because I don't remember Deion being scrutinized until it was him and Shedeur as a
I'm saying
combination.
currently, like because of the Colorado stuff and honestly, it comes from him hyping up his son who's not that good.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. It's like take a toxic relationship, right? Where you got a crazy bitch and a crazy boyfriend. And it's the girl's crazy, the dude's crazy. Okay, boom. You got a coach and a player, and they're both delusional.
It's her fault.
It's the same thing. I don't. I think it's not. It's one. It's not. There's not one without the other. Shedeur 99% of hate. Really, 99% of online scrutiny amid NFL draft slide to father Deion Sanders. Cleveland Browns attributes his slide. Day one, who slipped to the fifth. They don't care about other people's opinions of you. They go based off their own. 99% of hatred is towards Pops. And then I'm just his son. That's bullshit. Like,
How sad is that?
That is a fucking lie.
No. That's sad as fuck because Shedeur Sanders is a grown man. You're not attached to any hate that your pops gets.
But why does
Deion Sanders... You're not his son. You're your own football player.
But why does Deion Sanders get online scrutiny? In your eyes, why do you think Deion Sanders has online scrutiny?
Because he lies about his son's talent.
Okay, and then he goes, and then I'm just his son. But the kids didn't grow up in an era where they watched him play. It's just the older generation that does it to me rather than the younger people. So
false.
He's saying it's scrutiny from people who didn't like him as a player in the NFL, which
anyone who sings Shedeur's song, anyone who hypes up Shedeur, it's a joke. Who's our age? It's a joke.
I mean, well, no, okay, our age. But here's the thing: our age, we weren't old enough to watch Dion play, and we watched Shedeur play. There are 13 and 14-year-olds who truly think Shedeur is going to win an MVP next year.
Sure.
And it is what it is. But it's like, okay, here's the thing. I remember being 12 or however old going like, man, why would you replace Tim Tebow with Peyton Manning? Like, what the fuck? So it's like, yeah, no. Like, I understand that there are delusional kids out there on Instagram like fucking Shedeur is going to win MVP. But I think it's everybody.
I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of old head love for Shedeur, so I don't.
There's a lot of old head love for Dion.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
This whole thing is, but y'all don't know about Deion Sanders. Y'all know about Prime. It's like all this hate for Dion. It's they excuse it for what he did in the fucking 90s.
Yeah,
it's like I so that's why era, because when I come in person, there's no negativity I see, but it's all over. It's all over online. Okay, so exactly what I said. There's nothing in real life. So, okay, if you don't see any negativity in real life towards you or your father, I guess, and all the scrutiny is online, and it all doesn't matter, why'd you slide to the 5th round? Why'd you go to the 5th? If it had nothing to do with the online scrutiny and there's never any negativity in real life, why did you slide to the 5th round? The only thing left is your play on the field. That's it. That's literally the only thing else. Like, what the fuck else is there? I mean, he said it himself. He said they don't care about other people's opinion of you. They go based on their own. It's towards me. It's towards Pops. I'm just his son. It's because when they watched him play, it's that era. So that's why I say
I think he thinks he's like Yoda or something.
Okay, but then here, so that's why I like going to schools in person and actually meeting them and any questions they have. Yeah, because they're 16. And they go, oh my God, it's Shedeur Sanders. I have his fucking song. It's like, it's.
But also,
oh God.
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, you were a Division I football player.
Okay, but I'm saying like what we're looking at now is Shedeur thinks that the love he gets from high schoolers when he visits schools or like that's more important than how like GMs look at him.
Apparently so.
Or like oh well, GMs that don't like my dad, like yeah, fuck them. But these kids who didn't watch my dad,
guess what?
It's like
guess what? There's how many teams did Dion play for? 6.
Fucking a lot.
There's 6-ish teams whose organization likes Deion Sanders.
Yeah, give or take.
The Cowboys, the Niners,
yeah,
the Falcons.
The Cowboys like
at least those 3. None of them drafted you.
I mean, the Cowboys and Niners like Dion, and he kind of just like slutted them out for 2 rings.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just this Shedeur thing is bullshit. We got players. We got players for you to guess though. 3 players. 5 facts about them all. We're putting a limit now. 3 guesses each. If you can't get it in 3, I'm telling you the answer.
Perfect.
First player. This player played for 2 teams. He was a 2-time Pro Bowler. He had 4 straight games with a return touchdown. He has the fifth most kick return yards all time. But his highest receiving yards season was only 436 yards.
What if I can tell you something about him, but not his name?
Like his nickname? What's something about him? Go for it.
Well, I was going to say Lil Yo, who got lit up by Pat McAfee.
No, it's not Trendon Holiday.
Damn.
That would have been a pool.
2 teams, 2 Pro Bowls.
2 teams, 2 Pro Bowls. 4 straight games with a return touchdown. I believe the only player with 4 straight games with a return touchdown.
Percy?
Nope.
Tavon played for more teams.
think you got one more guess.
I do. Thinking. Can't be Devin Hester.
How many teams did he play for?
Bears. Falcons. Why am I so lost? He was a Raven for a second, huh?
Was he?
He played for more than 2 teams.
Probably.
Definitely.
He probably did. I don't know. What do we got? Final guess.
4 straight.
5th most kick return yards, but as a receiver, he only had 436 yards max in a season. What do we got?
Why am I blanking on his name? Am I that tired?
Who? Who you thinking of?
Super Bowl Ravens.
No. Jacoby? Was that who you're thinking of?
How the fuck could I not remember Jacoby Jones?
It's the human joystick Dante Hall.
Balls.
Which I guess like if you just saw like 1 or 2 highlights of Dante Hall, you'd probably think like he probably had way more than 436 yards in a season, but
That's all I've seen of Dante Hall.
yeah, no, he was a return specialist.
I've seen the joystick.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean the literal just biggest joystick move in the history of joystick moves. But yeah, no, Dante Hall is an answer, and would have been a hell of a pull, honestly.
That would have been a
If
crazy
he would
pull.
have pulled that out. But all right,
Some of these I'm upset about, that one not really.
this player has played for 6 teams. He was a 3-time Pro Bowler. He has more receiving yards than Tyreek Hill, but less than Keenan Allen. He has the most 60-plus yard receptions, and he's a Super Bowl champion. Six teams, 3 Pro Bowls, more yards than Hill, less than Keenan, most 60-plus yard catches, Super Bowl champion. What do we got?
What the fuck? Can I ask who he's a Super Bowl champion with?
To be completely honest with you, I don't exactly remember, but I can try to find it if you have like another easier hint that I could give you off the fly. I could do that as well. Super Bowl history. Where's Super Bowl history? Why can I not find that shit? Super Bowl. No Super Bowl. Super Bowl history. Why can I not find that? Because I don't. I'll say he did flip flop at the end later on in his career. So I do want to make sure I line it up at the right year. I want to say he won it with this player won it with
Plaxico Burress.
It is not Plaxico Burress. Won it with it looks like he won it with I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Emmanuel Sanders?
It is not Emmanuel Sanders. But let me get this let me answer this question for you because I mean now I think okay, the Rams. It's the Rams. I thought it was the Rams. It's the Rams.
Which Rams?
The Rams.
22?
Yeah. Yeah, not back then. These Rams.
99?
These Rams. Recent Rams.
Sick.
You guessed.
Who was that receiver?
You guessed Emmanuel and Plaxico. So what do you got?
what do I got?
See, that's what I'm saying though. It's like, all right, he was a Super Bowl champ with the Rams, but like,
Van Jefferson.
no, 6 teams.
Who's the? No, wait, hold on. Who's the other guy?
What do you mean?
Robert Woods.
No. Yeah, yeah. You're not even, now. You're real cold. It's Deshaun Jackson. 6 teams, most 60-yard plus catches.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
More yards than Tyreek Hill.
I gotta start. So I just latch on to one hint and I go, man, I'll figure it out.
All right. Last player. This player's been on 2 teams. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. He has more rushing touchdowns than LaShawn McCoy, but less than Cam Newton. He was drafted in the same draft class as Joey Bosa, Jalen Ramsey, Derrick Henry, and Jacoby Brissett. He led the NFL in rushing yards in 2016 and 2018.
Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley.
It is not Todd Gurley.
How many teams?
2.
Fuck. 3-time Pro Bowler.
3-time Pro Bowler. I said Joey Bosa, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So what? 16 draft now.
Yes.
Zeke.
It is Ezekiel Elliott.
Fire.
It is Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, no, there was, honestly, I thought there'd probably be a little more like of a, I thought he'd probably have a couple more records under his belt. But not much. He
was Overroy.
He had a quick ass fall off. Not quick, but he's just
That's pretty quick.
He's the prime example of like how quick a running back can fall off. Like when they're when they're at their fucking peak of just performance, they'll just hit a fucking wall.
Todd Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, Melvin Gordon,
Terrell Davis.
I'll
never let that one down. Terrell Davis.
You didn't believe me that after that season he was cooked.
Bro, he went from like 2,000 to 200.
It's like
ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what are we talking about?
Fully ridiculous.
I don't even think Zeke did that shit. Like an 1,800-yard drop off, or
no, not
16.
close.
Maybe he had 400 yards. Like I don't know. It was something stupid though.
It was nuts.
But yes, it was Ezekiel Elliott. But with that being said, we guessed athletes. We talked why Shedeur Sanders gets his scrutiny online. We're 100 days out from the NFL. Antonio Brown is letting it fucking loose after boxing matches. Devan, the conference finals, new homes, will they be welcomed? Brady's making a sports museum. Is there anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
The Orioles suck.
Yeah.
We're 19-35.
Yeah, I've noticed you guys are pretty bad.
So yeah, I'm not gonna be watching. I'm not gonna be saying "Go O" as much this year. Go O. We stink. Bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, that's a shame. That is a shame. I will say that.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But you know,
it feels more normal.
Maybe Washington will just be good again.
Hopefully not.
Why?
I want to go back to the days of
no
stress.
You
with my football teams,
you
my baseball
enjoyed
teams.
last year.
Just death.
You enjoyed last year more than any year.
Than any football.
Any year ever. You 100% did.
Yep, last year was the best year ever.
But with all that being said, we will be back on Saturday. Every Tuesday and Saturday, we will be dropping brand new episodes. It has been me. It has been Devan. It has been real. We are out.